welcome back. I'm doing another side project today. My mom's birthday is coming up shortly. And I remember that when we were shopping one day, she was talking about the fact that she wanted to get a pattern to make a bowl cozy so that when she gets her soup or whatever out of the microwave, she doesn't burn her hands. And so I'm going to make her a couple, well, a few. I'm going to make 3. And I am using a pattern that I found on All People Quilt. And the only change I'm making is they start with 10-inch squares, and one of the pieces that I wanted to use was just a hair smaller, so mine are 9 3/4-inch squares. Don't think that should matter. So first thing I'm doing is I have my squares layered with batting. I'm using 100% cotton batting and thread and fabric because I want her to be able to put these in the microwave. If you would use cotton poly or polyester, then you would want to just heat something up in the microwave and then put it in the bowl afterwards. But anyway, I am working on my first little bit of quilting the fabric, just going across, and I'm going to make a big X on these. So I'm doing all one way, and then I'm going to go through and do all the other way, and then I will look at the pattern again and see what's the next thing I do. So that's my project for today. Also, as I'm doing this, this isn't precise, so the quilting lines don't necessarily need to be 100% perfect centered, but I do have a piece of painter's tape that I have run in front of my machine that lines up with the needle, and that way as the fabric goes through, I can line the point up with the edge of that tape, and so I am keeping it at least reasonably straight. Okay, so that's the first side. This was nice also to use up some of my scraps. I have a bunch of small scraps from cut-offs of previous quilts. And I mostly have been using cotton poly batting lately, so I don't have a ton of 100% cotton. And so I dug into my scraps, and not sure actually why I even kept them when I had gone through my stuff before, but I'm glad I did now because I did have to franken bat a couple pieces. That one. But anyway, having a chance to use up scraps is a fun thing to do. Okay, so a little X down in the middle of each of these. So now I'm going to go trim off the extra batting off this 1 or 2 that I have, and then look at my directions, and I will be back with the next step. Okay, so my next step is marking darts. And so I have measured over and down like I'm supposed to, and then I've drawn a line, and then I'm supposed to stitch on the line. So I'm going to mark the rest of my pieces here first, and then I will stitch them all. I feel like I need a better marking pen for this. Okay, my battery died earlier, so I was showing you how we cut those little corners, and you can see how I trimmed them off here, and then I folded it the other way, the other direction. Folded it in half this way first, did the corners here, and then after trimming that, folded it this way and did these corners here. Now this is getting ready to put it together. I have them right sides together, and I've pinned around it. I'm going to leave an opening here to turn it, and you can see the end results. After you turn it, I pressed it, and then I've stitched around the outside edge. And I'm pretty pleased with it. I'm hoping my mom will really like it. I did, however, notice one thing. On this one, let's see, this is the side I did first. I had folded it this way. I did that corner, I did this corner, did it great. Went to go fold it the other way. I did this one, or I did this one like I should, and then I was just, you know, measuring this way. Then when I went to turn this one, I also measured that way, which is the wrong direction. So I screwed up, and I did it on 2 of them. So as you can see, this side lays down nicely like it's supposed to, and that one's really upright. I did the same thing on this one. So because I've done the same thing on both of them, I may put it together and just see how it comes out, because I can't fix it. I cut off the area that I would need to go out wider this way. So I either have to stitch on more fabric to redo it, or I need to just do this like it is. Anyway, I just thought I would point out, if you are doing this pattern, which again was on All People Quilt for bull cozies, make sure that you go, the smaller side is where the fold is at, so that you cut it this way, not this, or excuse me, cut it this way. So your longer side is on the fold. It should be 2 inches in that way and 1 inch out. And I did 2 inches out and 1 inch in. So make sure that you're doing it the correct direction. Anyway, this is what it looks like. This is my project. I'm going to finish up this last one, and I'll show you when I get them done. I'm trying to fix this. Here you can see this is the triangle that you should be cutting out off the other sides. That's what you would get. This is the one I got. And that's actually how I noticed it when I went to clip it off and the thing fell on my counter. It was like, why is that one a different shape? So what I'm actually doing is I cut another piece, and I'm just going to stitch it in here. I've done it already on this one. Obviously it is visible, but I feel like at least that way you can use it, and I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. If it is, and my mom wants to throw it away, she can throw it away, but otherwise I feel like I'm kind of wasting this, and it's, you know, so close to done. So I am just stitching this. I'm going to stitch this side and then stitch that side, so it again will look like that. And then I'm just going to put them together as if I had never made a mistake. Okay, so I've got my little bull cozies done here. So I'll just put it away. I have this one. And this one with the little chickadees on it. And this one. And you can see this is the one I fixed. There's my little boo-boo. Not real noticeable unless you're looking for it. So I'm really excited to get these done and to give them to my mom for her birthday. So yay! Okay, I think that's gonna do it. And get my extra pins out of here. So that's one more section quilted. Obviously I have to tie up the ends, but the quilting's done. You can see it on the back. And then I can start another one. Change back to my walking foot for this one. So this one, I have this one and then 5 others to do, so making progress. This one's pretty small, so it shouldn't take too long to do. Got a seam there going wonky. The other 5 I think are all larger, so they will take a little more time, but hoping I can get this one knocked out pretty quickly. I'm gonna do a quick reference check. I think I've done stars like this before. I want to check the others and see how I quilted them so that I'm doing them consistently. I suppose it doesn't really matter, but if I have a way I've already done it, then I don't have to figure it out again. So I'll check that as soon as I'm done with this seam, probably. Yep. Okay, that was a goof. I'll have to take that out. Thought that pin was out of the way and it was not, so. We're gonna get this little part out, although I guess now that I look at it, it's not too bad, but now I've already cut it off, so now I have to fix it. Of course, since it caught the pin there, did a couple of really teeny tiny tight stitches, so. We will probably come at this from the other direction. There we go. Okay. Let's try that again without the pin there. Okay, now I'm gonna go check on that. Okay, so currently we have 6 quilted on the wall, 1 being worked on my sewing machine right now, and 5 more to get started. Progress.